Good morning. Magandang umaga po. You are no longer required to quarantine when you're headed back to the Philippines. At least, that's what they say. Let's take a look at it. Stay with me. There are a lot of news going around, floating around, saying that, hey, you're no longer required to quarantine if you're fully vaccinated. First of all, if you are fully vaccinated. But is that really true? Partially, yes. But to a great degree, it is not. Let's take a look at it and see. Under IATF, Resolution 143 issued on Wednesday, arriving passengers who are qualified for green lanes no longer need to observe a mandatory quarantine upon arrival in the Philippines so long as they are fully vaccinated and test negative for COVID-19. This is as of yesterday, Philippine time. According to the resolution, fully vaccinated Filipinos and foreign must yield negative PCR tests within 72 hours before they depart from the country of origin. Before you board a plane, 72 hours before you should get a PCR test. Returning Filipinos may also opt to undergo a facility-based quarantine until the release of their negative PCR test result taken in the quarantine facility upon arrival. So this applies to people, for example, who already have reservation and flew, let's say, today or tomorrow, where they were not aware of this. As soon as you arrive in the Philippines, you don't have a PCR test, well, you have to quarantine yourself to get the PCR test. When you get the PCR test, as soon as the test results are out, you can go home. Okay? But for those people who are able to to get the test before they board the plane, they arrive there with the PCR test, you don't have to quarantine yourself. Nice, huh? Nice, very nice. Arriving passengers who are no longer required to undergo quarantine are advised to self-monitor for any symptoms until the 14th day. So you still have to monitor yourself until the 14th day. Sorry, I forgot to put my glasses on. There. Do I look better or what? Anyway. The IATF on September 30 released the updated roster of green countries and jurisdictions that shall take effect from October 1 to 15. Now, that means this will change tomorrow. These are the countries that are in the so-called green lane. I will not read it through, but when you look at this, you see United States is not here, Canada is not here, Australia is not here, Saudi Arabia is not here. These countries are where almost zero Filipinos are coming from. Maybe very, very few. So for practical purposes, this green lane is useless. They might as well erase the green lane because this is just for show. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque said some members of the task force, including him and Duque, were unable to attend the meeting wherein the mandatory quarantine was lifted for fully vaccinated passengers from green states and territories. Isn't that nice? See, all we have to do is to get rid of Duque. And they lift everything. So now what are they going to do? Oh, they could restore it back. Let's take a look. Roque, nevertheless, said that IATF's latest decision is based on science. At least he accepted that it's based on science, given that there is only a minimal risk of COVID-19 transmission in countries and jurisdictions included in the green list. That's so funny. Roque and Duque was not able to attend the meeting. Oh, look at that. They lifted it. Roque said, we don't have a permanent resolution. If other countries included in the green list have reported rise in COVID-19 cases, we can still revise the policies. They will not accept it's a mistake if they think it's a mistake. Roque said members of the IATF will meet Thursday afternoon, that's today, to discuss the possible revision to the ease restriction for fully vaccinated travelers from green countries. Now, you have to be fully vaccinated, first of all, for this to apply. Then, you should come from the green countries, but I thought this applies even the yellow countries. I guess not. Now, here is the problem. For purposes of verification of vaccination status, any of the following shall be acceptable. For OFWs and their spouse, parents, or children traveling with them, a certification from the Philippine Overseas Labor Office in the country of origin. Maybe that's not a problem because the OFWs are probably familiar with where and how to get this certification. So maybe for them it's routine. For me, I'm not an OFW. I have no idea what that means, but maybe it's not a problem. For Filipinos and foreigners fully vaccinated in the Philippines, now this is if you came from the Philippines, either your VaxCert PH digital vaccination certificate or Bureau of Quarantine issued international certificate of vaccination or prophylaxis. That will be acceptable too. Now here is the problem. For non-OFWs such as me and other foreigners fully vaccinated abroad, the National Digital Certificate of Foreign Government, which has accepted VaxCert PH under a reciprocal agreement or BOQ issued ICV. Now, this means for us, we need digital certificate. And that country also has to have reciprocal agreement with the Philippines that they will also accept the VaxCert PH. So that's one. The reciprocal agreement that has to exist, that has to pass. Number two, well, I'm going to talk about United States. I'm not sure about other countries, but in the United States, where most of my viewers are, we do not have a digital certificate yet, which means you can't do anything. So as far as we are concerned, this thing does not apply at all to most people, because most people are coming from United States, Canada. So what's all this excitement about? Now, this is what I would suggest. If you need to go, first of all, me personally, just my opinion, I still will not go because there's still nothing. A lot of blah, blah, blah for nothing. But if you have to go, I would bring first of all, do not count that you are not going to have quarantine. Count that you will have quarantine or you'll be in for disappointment. So bring your card to show proof, I think that's a CDC card, to show proof that you have been vaccinated. Or you can get a certificate of vaccination. No, I should not say or, it should be also. If you still have your vaccination card, bring that. Also, try to get a certification from wherever you got your vaccination from. If it's a hospital, if it's Rite Aid, if it's CVS, do that. And then thirdly, you don't have to have all of this, but the more you have documents, the better you are. Hopefully, they will accept it once you get into the Philippines. Because Philippines sometimes come up with these requirements, but then different people are more relaxed than others. So, and the third one is get a certification from your State Department of Health. Your State Department of Health. Now, there is a link below. I got mine in Pennsylvania. And by the way, I got mine in Pennsylvania and also got my wife's. Mine is fine. My wife is missing what kind of medication was given. Is it Pfizer? Is it Moderna? It was missing. So I sent them another letter asking for this to be straightened out, and I sent them a copy of my vaccination card that shows it was Pfizer that I got. Now, I have a link here for Pennsylvania. Okay, I also have the link. In the link, it will also say internet search. So what you can do is put your state, for example, California, Department of Health COVID-19 vaccination certificate. You do that internet search, most likely it will come up, and then you can read whatever requirements there are. In the case of Pennsylvania, they only required me to fill out a form, simple form. Maybe you only fill out about 4 or 5 blank lines, and a copy of your driver's license for identification purposes. I also, although not required, I also sent a copy of my card that was issued to me when I got the vaccination. So they're all down below. So please take a look. Those who are using to watch this, those who are using TV or a smartphone, you may not see the link. So be sure you get on a regular PC and you will see the link. And that should help you out. Now, it's no guarantee that any or all of this will be accepted, but you're increasing the chance that you'll be able to get in with no quarantine. Assuming they realize later that United States does not have a reciprocal agreement yet, I don't think they do, and we do not have digital, they may consider this and let you go. We will see. Also, let's hope that when Duque and Roque and everybody else gets into this meeting, that they do not make any changes to this. Besides, it's only for the green countries anyway. So anyway, this is all I have. Please do share this with others. I'll appreciate it. And please click like. And please do subscribe to my channel unless you have already done so. Thank you so much. Make it a great day. And God bless.